What's going on, podcasters and YouTubers? Welcome to a semi-brief, short episode of the Real Fan Review. You've got me, B, no Hav, no Sanj, and you got the man in the chair, Al.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody?
So tonight we've got a brief one for you. We're just kind of giving a review of Nope. We're going to keep it kind of brief tonight because I don't know how you feel about the movie, but I know how I feel about the movie. And so Hav is in another country, and he'll be back this upcoming Sunday. So we figure we'll just do a short one for Nope since we saw it. And we'll do a brief non-spoiler and then like a quick spoiler because this movie, the way it goes is it's not wrapped in that much mystery. It's very straightforward in its thought. And then it just gets to the twist of the movie. So we'll go there pretty quick. So, Al, what is your non-spoiler review of Nope?
Non-spoiler is if you're a fan of Jordan Peele, it's along the lines of Nope, Us and Get Out. There is, on the surface, just a generic story. In this case, you have the case of this horse breeding family, horse training family that works in the Hollywood industry. A tragedy besets the family, and then their reaction and response to that tragedy. That's on the surface. And then, there's all these deeper meanings that Jordan Peele always puts into the movie. And there were two that I was working with when I left the movie, so I wasn't sure which one was he really going for. Was he going for both? So, we can go over that when we deal with the spoilers and everything. But in terms of the acting, I thought that they did a decent job. I mean, nobody really, I would say, blew me away. Considering I wasn't too exposed other than through Hustlers with Keke Palmer. She did, I think, impress me of everybody. But I guess that's mostly because I really had no exposure to her. But she did a good job. I felt her character brought the amusement and the lightheartedness that it was supposed to. Whereas Daniel Kaluuya's character was supposed to be the more serious and heavy of the side. So, in terms of a movie, it's a Jordan Peele movie. You're going to say, what? You're going to want to know what the hell's going on at certain points. It's going to leave you scratching your head at times, but you're definitely going to be engrossed in the movie. He knows how to bring tension. Like there was a scene that in the end, it was a silly scene, but leading up to that moment, I was really like, what? Oh shit, what's going on? Is this really happening? Like he really sucked me in. And then right when you think you're going to get this intense climax, he just slaps you in the face with like some humor. So, and he did that a couple of times throughout the movie. And, it really kept the entertainment going and kept the variety of the movie, not too much going one way so that you didn't get too bored with, okay, this is too intense of a movie. Nor did he leave it too lighthearted where you're like, all right, this is a joke. Let me, you're not going to take it serious. He kept that balance and he kept the mystery of what was happening, at least for me, going until he made his big reveal. Because the twist that you alluded to, I really did not see coming. I was like, wait, what? Is that really what's happening? And it really caught me by surprise, so I really walked away enjoying the movie, but it took me a while to actually come to a finale as what I thought he was trying to comment on.
And Al, what would you say is your review of this movie? Would you see it? Don't rush.
A recommendation for people? I honestly, it's sad. Like my gut reaction right now in thinking of the movie, I would wait. Like I really like. I don't. There's those movies where you need to see it in a theater. Like an Endgame. Movies like that where you need that theater experience to say, this movie couldn't be enjoyed, or to really enjoy the full impact of this movie, you have to see it in a theater. Nope, I think you can honestly see it comfortably at home and really get the same effect in terms of what he was trying to say and do.
I could actually completely agree with that. Um, yeah, like you said, Al, like I don't know, Javi says it best sometimes. Like I love Jordan Peele. And then when I saw like Get Out and Us, like I really enjoyed those movies. I didn't think they were like masterpieces, like some people say. I enjoyed their themes. I enjoyed the storytelling. I enjoyed the acting a lot. And in this movie, Hav was not looking forward to this movie at all. And I was. I was really looking forward to this one. And, given the acting talent there, I have to admit, like, I think that Kiki Palmer was the best part of this movie as M.
Yeah.
I thought she was great. I enjoyed Stephen Yeun because I feel like I really like Stephen Yeun, like, especially from The Walking Dead. So I've liked his portrayal and his acting ability. And so I feel like I enjoyed him in the movie because I enjoyed him. But I almost feel as if his character didn't do much.
Yeah.
And then, OJ, Daniel Kaluuya, I feel like this was his least like good acting attempt, like I feel like he's a great actor. And in this movie, it was just kind of like, he's here, he's doing a thing, he's acting, but
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like Kiki, and like knowing Daniel Kaluuya and all the roles he's had, like especially considering he was in Get Out, to see that the parallels between them, like I know he was trying to be the more serious character here, but even in
Yeah.
that attempt, like he was almost dry in a sense, like
Mm-hmm.
and so it was weird in terms of the acting talent they had, and it didn't really come off. And then the story, just like you said, there was a lot of suspense building throughout the entire movie. And I mean, for half the movie, just like in the trailers, the cloud was there. Like that was more than half the movie was the cloud being there and trying to figure out the cloud and, how are the UFOs involved and how are aliens involved and what's going to be all this twist and because every one of the movies has a twist. So it was like, what's the twist here? And I'm trying to figure out the whole time. And the
Yeah.
way they were just, the whole plot about just trying to film it in general, I felt was not the plot that this movie needed, was just trying to film it for the sake of filming it, to get the proof of it, the understanding of my father's death, that kind of storyline. I don't know. It felt like it
Yeah.
jumbled for me. And I felt like a lot of the scenes weren't memorable. I don't think until the twist, it was a memorable movie. And
No.
so yeah, I was like, I felt like I was kind of waning through it until the twist happened. Like I was just waiting for the twist to come so we can end the movie. And that
Mm,
sucks to say. I hate to say
yeah.
that.
Yeah. No, I have to agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would say honestly, my review of this is just like Al said. You can wait for it. Like there's nothing about this movie that warrants me needing to be in a theater to see it. And I'll be honest in saying that I would probably enjoy seeing it from my couch because there was no sound element of it. There was no like picture element wise. Sure, like the cinematography looked really nice, but it would look just as nice on my 4K. Like there was nothing about it that needed me to be in a theater to see it. You know,
Yeah.
like even Candyman, we were iffy about Candyman, but even then, Candyman looked great in the theater as opposed to watching it on my TV.
Yeah.
So it sucks that like this one wasn't the nicest.
Yeah.
Um, so folks, me and Al said it, and this is why we said this was a brief one because if you've seen the movie, you might want to watch it a couple times if you're one of those, cinematic people who like to understand the meanings as we go throughout. Because there's a lot of concepts being built in this movie that carry out to the end, but some of them hit, some of them don't, and it's just for better or for worse.
Yeah.
And so when we get to spoilers, which you're going to do in a second, it's not much to spoil because this movie was straightforward, not a lot of mystery, and then the twist happens, and that's probably what we're going to talk about the most.
Yeah.
So I guess from this point, folks, you heard it. You don't have to rush to see it. You can wait. If you like Jordan Peele, go out and check it out, but we're not too thrilled about it.
Yeah.
Sorry. So with that, we're going to head into our spoiler review. And we'll
Okay.
talk about a couple different things, not too much because really not much happened here.
No.
And so we'll head into our spoilers in 5, 4, 3, a 2, and a 1. So, spoilers.
Yeah.
Why did it take so long to get here?
I don't know. Like for me, like you were, I was waiting for this. The whole thing with the movie, and it took me like a day or two to catch on to this. Was the whole, and it's funny because it starts the movie with that verse in regards to making someone a spectacle.
Yeah.
So the whole movie, like I said, on the surface, you're just dealing with this family. They're dealing with the loss of the father, and then after he was like the main part of their horse business, once he passes, it was all about the two brothers, the brother and sister, coming together to try to save the family business. But the whole like the underlying message was about spectacle, like our this society's obsession with things on display and view, video and like TikTok and Instagram and everything, like they say something didn't happen unless it's on Instagram or, you put it
Yeah.
on TikTok. So like that was to me, that was what this became about. Like, yes, they were trying to save the farm. I mean, the family farm and the business by getting the money from selling this picture. But the whole thing became getting the picture. And I feel like they
Yeah.
lost sight of, all right, we're going to save we're doing this to save the business. It took a back seat to just getting this picture. Because after a while,
Yeah.
you give up.
It
Like,
was
I would think
weird.
if you're going to the point where you're almost risking your life, okay, you kind of like, all right, we'll do something. We'll find another way. So when you had people dying and risking their life for this picture, and you see, the twist, and you find out what you're going against, I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, call somebody because, I'm not dying over this shit. And they were willing to.
I'm out of here. Like,
And
fuck.
yeah. And it goes to like what you see on society. People are willing to do the stupidest shit because they can get on Instagram and TikTok and get views and likes and become, popular. And in their mind, that means that they're something or they're somebody. And it's sort of, to me, this desperate attempt to get that picture was a reflection of what our society has become about. And that was, to me, what I picked up as his underlying, because like I said, Jordan Peele always has some kind of message behind his movies.
Mm-hmm.
So but it took me a day or two, but only because, like you said, nothing really made me want to pay attention to this movie. And which is surprising because Get Out had me from beginning to end sucked in.
Straight through.
And same thing with Us. Right from the beginning, like there was all these moments like, ooh, oh shit, they're coming from that underground place, the reverse or whatever. Like this one didn't have me doing that. Like even with trying to figure out what that alien was, like was it just a flying saucer? And then when you find out what it really is, like nothing really drew me into what was happening. Like I was just more, okay, where are they going? What's the next thing? But it wasn't like I didn't feel vested in anything that was happening in the movie.
No, and
And
that's
that was what
like,
was surprising. Yeah.
yeah, that's like the sad part for me is like the beginning was very interesting and it built these concepts up with the mystery of the dad, the business, what's going on with, Stephen Yeun's character as the child actor who's now this show owner and doing all these things, and like you have this whole weird town and you're like, "Oh, how does this all incorporate to what's going to happen here?"
Yeah.
And then like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just
like, yeah, it's like two separate stories that they put together. Because like, in all honesty, do you think that beginning scene with the monkey, do you think if they had taken that out and actually taken out his whole story, do you think it would have changed this in any way?
It would have happened regardless. Everything would have happened the same way.
Yeah,
It's
like if
just
you
like,
had
and
just
oh, you go ahead.
instead
Go
of
ahead.
taking, no, I was just gonna say, because you could have taken this movie from over 2 hours to under 2 hours by taking that whole backstory of the guy out and just make it that he found that there was an alien and he was trying to film it as well. That
Yeah,
was it. You didn't
that's
need
it.
this whole backstory with the monkey. You didn't need the whole clips
And
into
it's
him
like
beating up
Marvel's
and killing.
opening. You know, like Marvel does that in their openings for it's like 3 minutes. Like that's it. It's
Yeah,
all it needed.
yeah. I mean, it goes to show a little bit of his desperate attempt. But again, you could have played that out just from the fact that he had this his own farm that was built on showing this alien, and he had made the alien his main attraction.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing with the monkey, I don't like. I'm gonna like you said before. Maybe you watch it another couple times to see what this whole moment with the monkey was supposed to mean. But I don't see how it ties into the main story. I don't see how it ties into any message he was trying to portray. It could have been taken out, and we could have had a movie under 2 hours.
Yeah, I like honestly, this movie could have been like an hour and 15 minutes if we really were
Yeah,
like straight through about it.
yeah,
Because like the events of it, like you said, like I thought we were going on like we need to save this ranch for our father's legacy kind of thing. And along the way, we're gonna really figure out, you know, the mystery behind our father's death. And while I guess that mystery was solved, it was just like getting there was like silly. Like we got
mm-hmm.
to the point where it was just like, oh, now we need to get a photo of this thing. Why? You know,
Yeah,
especially like halfway through the movie and they're still trying to get the photo of this thing and like everyone's dead. So like who's gonna see this photo at this point where this whole little shanty town is it's like gone?
yeah. No, and then I felt like it was anticlimactic that was the only thing they were going for, because once you bring in the jute park and what was this, Jupiter's Crossing or
Jupiter,
whatever,
yeah.
yeah, like he was actually showing people the alien, and he was showing them the alien eating horses. That's why he kept buying these new horses,
Yeah.
and he still didn't have that much of a crowd. So what the hell was your picture going to do
Right?
if word of mouth of this guy showing an alien eating horses to a crowd didn't get spread around to the point where he had like mounds of people coming? What was your picture doing? Like that's where it lost me, because
It's
that's
yeah, it's just nuts. Like I felt like it was overreaching to make something interesting.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so like I guess folks at this point it's just the twist, you know, like everything leading up to this twist is irrelevant, you know, like
mm-hmm.
it's like, you know, I felt like it seemed like what this movie was trying to get just the actors to get to this moment where it was like a oh wow, you know, and then
Yeah,
just kind of end the movie from that point. And so folks, the twist of this movie, and this is how I interpreted this, and you know, I found this twist kind of interesting, but getting here was kind of lame. The twist is that the UFO is not just a UFO, it's
mm-hmm.
the monster, it's the
It,
alien itself.
yeah,
So
yeah,
in
that
our growing up, you know, and seeing UFO sightings,
mm-hmm.
this UFO is actually the alien itself. It's not a spacecraft. There's nothing inside of it but a belly.
Yeah.
And so that's how this works. It's a monster itself. It's a spherical spinning disc that eats things,
Yeah.
specifically horses.
Well, but it took different shapes, because remember at one point, like it took like this massive shape when it was trying to get the clown at the end. No, not the clown, but the massive balloon figure at the end. It took a different shape in order to suck them in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that to go from and that was a cool twist. I like the way he did that, because I really was expecting, oh shit, this is just an alien spaceship. They're not calling it a UFO anymore. What is it? An unidentified aerial phenomenon. I
Yeah.
think they call it now. But I like the fact that he lets you still think it's just a UFO, and then you find that cloud that's not moving, and you see OJ's characters. I recognize that cloud hasn't moved in like 20 minutes or whatever amount of
Yeah.
time it was. And then that's when you start to figure out something else is going on. And then when you see that scene of the alien had sucked up the people, and you see them going through what I'm assuming is the alien's esophagus and
Yeah.
and so forth. Um, like, yeah, when that twist came, I was like, it really got me by surprise. I was like, what? For a second, I was like, what the? Yeah, what is that? What are they going
Right? Like,
through?
what the fuck am I watching right
What's
now?
what? Yeah. And then even later, like when you see that it's spewing all the blood and guts and because remember, it just sucks everything up
It
like
just sucks it all
bicycles,
up.
yeah, whatever. So later, it's spitting all that shit out, and that goes back to the beginning because you find out what happened that killed the father. The alien was spitting out all of the stuff it couldn't digest. So the coins, the keys, all the metal,
Yeah.
material. So it's spewing that out, and then that it doused the house with the blood and everything from the people that it ate and so forth. So
I
that
think that
twist,
was a nice moment.
that was a nasty moment, but it was cool in the sense that it made you start to realize, oh shit, okay, wait, there's something more going on than just an alien ship flying around,
Yeah.
and
I
there's
actually
more.
really liked that moment in which we got to hear the screams of the animals and the people as it was rotating, and
Yeah,
that was the
digesting
sound of
them.
the
Yeah.
UFO. I was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that a lot."
Yeah. And it made you realize there's more at risk than just this. It's a freaking predator.
Yeah.
They're actually putting themselves at risk. There is an animal, and I like some other people online have given the comparison to a shark in the water. Because
Mm.
basically that's what this was. You had this creature who knew how to fly around the sky and hide behind clouds and mountains and shit like that in order to hunt its prey. So, I found that interesting, and I like the twist. And it made you realize that these guys are really risking their lives because this thing is hunting them. They know it's hunting them. And instead of getting help or seeking shelter, they're actually putting themselves at risk and just trying to get a picture.
Yeah.
Um, but again, what I didn't recognize is why that picture was going to be so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what was
So
your take on that?
on the
On the
alien,
picture?
the picture, I don't know. Again, because it was like one of those goals that I'm like, all right, it's a stupid goal. Like, and I
That's
don't
what
know if that's
I took the
because I'm
same
not.
thing.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's the sense that I'm not like really into, oh, I got to take a picture of my food and post that. Or I got to take a picture of like, I don't feel the need to post 15 things that happen to me in the day like a lot of people do in order
Yeah.
to feel like, people know what I'm doing. Like, I could give a crap about that. No offense.
No.
I'll share special occasions, special events, things that are going on. And so that those that are close to me can see and share in the moment. But like the little nuances of my day, I don't feel the need to share that. But there are a lot of people like that. And
Yeah.
maybe that's why this moment in the movie or this aspect of the movie was lost on me. But it is a good commentary on the fact that there are a lot of people like that
Yeah, I
are
took
willing
that
to
same
put
thing.
themselves because you got people that are risking their lives, like they're going on mountainsides and hanging on buildings and stupid stuff like that just so they can get a picture or a
Yeah,
video of
they're
them
holding
doing
their phone like
something.
this as they do it.
Yeah. Just so they can get that picture and have hopefully get a ton of people to like it and share it and stuff like that. But again, I can't see if this again, and I guess and that's why I got lost with the Jupe guys,
Yeah,
the
Jupiter.
park. Yeah, why his character was in there because his use of his park to actually do a live demonstration of the alien to me made this effort to get the picture pointless. Because
Yeah.
again, you're showing me somebody that knew for 6 months because the guy knew since the father died, and I think the time frame was 6 months. So for 6 months, this guy has been showing off and doing a show, showing people that this alien is here
He's already
and
doing
it's
the thing that
eating.
that's the whole point of the movie.
Yeah, and if he couldn't gather a crowd, if he couldn't get the attention that you guys were after, showing it live to people, again, to me, I'm at a loss as to what they thought a picture was going to do.
Yeah, like that was the thing for me is I saw what they were going for in terms of social media. How like it was one of those moments like the picture's worth 1,000 words,
Yeah.
and I saw what they were going for because it was like a play on Instagram,
Hmm.
taking the photo and having it shared and liked, and so people are aware of the things because you did it. And just like you said, like there's people on TikTok who put themselves in such dangerous situations with their phone in their hand recording at the same time. Like I saw it the other day. It was a guy, there was a bear approaching his campsite. So the first thing he did was go on TikTok and start recording it as he was commentating about the bear coming into his camp, and he was so scared. And these are the things you got to do. I'm like, just turn around, like shut
Get
off
your
your
ass
phone
out
and
of
turn
there.
around. Like, why are you recording your final moments for everyone to see you die? Like, come
Oh
on.
God.
So, like, when they did that in this movie, and I was like, I see the social play they're making here, making
Yeah.
fun of social media and how we are so wrapped up in engagement, and that
Hmm.
having that engagement, having those followers and putting something out there only for someone to already have done it, and not be successful at doing it. It was like,
Hmm.
oh, I see what you're doing. Like, because anyone can make a video, and whether you're successful or not depends on how engaged you are with all that stuff in your activity. But I was
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day, that was lame. That was just really lame, And then for me, I think it was interesting but lame at the same time for me was the way they used the balloon to essentially blow up the UFO alien.
Hmm.
Like, I thought the concept was interesting, and then when it happened, I was like, oh, okay, But like you said it at the beginning of the podcast, like, who are you to be the one to destroy this alien, to kill this alien? Like, you
Hmm.
own horses, you're trying to take a photo, you are surrounded by all these hicks, like in this crazy little town. Like,
Hmm.
just get on a horse and leave. Get in your car and leave. Like, there's no one telling you need to stop this thing. Like,
Yeah.
just the whole effort behind it. I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
And then it happened. I was like, okay.
No, but not only that, what I found amusing is that I feel like it's one of those situations where you poke the bear,
Right.
right? The bear, the bear is trained by nature to defend itself, to be violent. It's going to attack. It's easily can kill your ass, but you keep poking it. And then when he does start to get aggressive back at you, then you get mad and feel like oh, let me kill him because now I have to defend myself. You started it.
You
Like
started this shit.
you poked the bear.
Yeah, right.
The bear did its natural reaction and instincts, and now you want to paint the bear to be the bad guy. And I felt like that's what was happening with this alien. The alien was sitting there, sitting in a cloud,
Just be
not
in the
bothering
cloud.
nobody, literally sitting in a fucking cloud, not bothering a soul. Just wanted to eat a horse or two, here and there when it was hungry. And here you are coming and antagonizing and throwing balloons up at it and popping them and so forth. And now the alien's the bad guy? Like, what? So I just felt like it was one of those situations where where people create their own problem and then they make the
Mm-hmm.
other person the bad guy when you were the one that created the situation. And
Yeah.
like, I couldn't shake that. Like, just leave it alone. Go away.
Just go away. But don't
Yeah.
worry. M got her photo, and OJ survived, and so did the horse. End
Yeah.
credit. What?
Yeah.
That's how we ended the
And
movie?
yeah. Yeah. But I like the visual of it taking on that massive form.
Oh, when it took over the cloud as it fell, right? I
Yeah.
thought
Like
that
when
was
it
very
came,
cool.
yeah. Because it showed that it was like that shape of a saucer was just like its way of getting around, but that
Yeah.
wasn't its only, or maybe even possibly its true form. I'm wondering if that form that we saw was its true form.
Yeah, the
And
cloud form, right? He's
yeah.
pulling like a reverse It. Or it's that big ass spider shit.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, it's more. The funny part is the movie itself is you get involved more with looking for the commentary
Mm,
than you do with what was happening in the actual movie.
yeah, agreed. I
Mm,
think just trying to I think even for me, like it was just trying to figure out the mystery of the dad half the
yeah.
time, just trying to see what's going on. Because my assumption at first was in the beginning when it was mentioned the dad's disappearance and the key, I
Hmm.
thought that this was going to be one of those things that because the cloud didn't move, I thought that the monster was going to be the dad watching over them, and it was just kind of eating to eat. And then they were just kind of attacking their dad. And I thought the twist was going to be, oh shit, that's our dad,
Yeah.
like something happened and the monster, when it eats somebody, it becomes them, kind of a thing. Like I thought that was going to end up being the twist. Like I thought it
Okay.
was going to end up being the dad. And that's why the cloud just didn't do anything other than eat horses every now and then. Like, I thought it was just kind of like watching over them. It was gonna be like, oh, we killed our dad. Like,
Yeah.
like I was waiting for that to happen, but I was like, all right, I'll take this. But just like you said, like it was like you could have just left it alone.
Yeah.
You really could
Yeah.
have just
They
left it
could have just.
alone. But
Yeah.
folks, oh, yeah, go ahead, Al.
No. No. Go. Go. Go.
So I was gonna say, folks, like you hear us here. It's not the most interesting of movies. The twist was interesting. It was cool. Effects wise, when it died and it fell down like a cloud and crashed down, that was cool.
Hmm.
But other than that, like this movie was very lackluster. I think there was more of an appeal to see the movie than actually
Hmm.
watching the movie. And I
Yeah.
think Jordan Peele's made a good name for himself at this point, but I feel like he's riding on the hype of Get Out.
Yeah. And I honestly, I would have liked for a better name for the movie. Like, because Nope to come from the fact that, every time they thought about the movie, the alien a couple times, they did go, nope, nope,
Nope.
nope. Like, but other than that, like, I thought it was going to turn out that Nope was an acronym and it stood for Not
Ooh.
of Planet Earth or something like that.
Oh, I
Like,
like that.
so that, especially given that it was making it obvious that it was about an alien. So I thought that was going to be it. So like, if your movie is more of a commentary, I would have liked to have seen something more that of a word that could have been a play that
Mm,
could have hinted towards the commentary as opposed to
mm.
just nope. Like I don't
Nope.
know.
No, I agree. So,
Yeah.
folks, you hear to hear, check it out if you like Jordan Peele. If not, wait for it. It'll probably show up. Let's see. Al, what do you think? It's going to be on HBO Max or Netflix? What do you think is coming on?
It's HBO Max. I think he's going to go for
HBO
more
Max,
of
probably?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
the
So we'll probably
Netflix. I
catch it
think
on
it
HBO
seems
Max
to
in
be in
about
trouble.
45 days.
Yeah,
So you don't have to wait too long. It'll be out very, very soon.
they're coming to
Um,
streaming real quick. Oh, that or VOD.
oh yeah, well, it'll probably be VOD, but I assume based on its performance, like because like it didn't. I feel like
It did well the first week.
it did well over the opening weekend, and then from there it
Yeah,
just started tanking.
going down. Yeah,
I think its approval rating right now is like a 2.8.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
think I think it's the same thing. Like everyone watched it based off of the appeal of
Hmm.
Jordan Peele. Like oh,
Yeah,
like he makes gold.
yeah. And you're gonna walk if you're a Jordan Peele fan, because like for example, like myself, I'll take myself. As much as I'm not crazy about the movie, because I am a Jordan Peele fan, I have a positive opinion of the movie in my head.
Yeah,
Like if somebody were to quickly ask me, "How's the movie? Should I see it?" I'm gonna tell them, "Yeah, go see it. It's good."
yeah. I'll be like, that's
But
good.
that's yeah, but that's because it's a Jordan Peele movie, and I have a positive opinion of him, and it didn't give me a reason not to like him anymore.
Yeah,
But
no, I agree.
would but if you take away that admiration for him as a director and a movie creator, if it wasn't for that, I don't know how heavily I would be telling people go see this movie. That's why even a wait for it. Like I don't even know if like even if it were on streaming and somebody were to see it and say, "Oh, yo, I see it's on HBO Max. Should I check it out?" I don't know if I'd be like, "Yeah, yeah, you have." Like
Like,
It may
come
come
on
down to, yo, if you got
now.
2.5 hours on a
Yeah, we got two and a
Saturday,
half
and
hours.
go for it. Like, so, but if you're a Jordan Peele fan, definitely check it out. You're going to enjoy it. But again, maybe wait for it at home on streaming and enjoy it that way.
I completely agree, Al. I completely agree. I feel like same thing. Like, I watched it because I love Jordan Peele. I loved Get Out. I
Hmm.
enjoyed Us a lot. I know he was the producer on Candyman, but even Candyman was like, it was okay. It was
Yeah.
interesting, gruesome at times.
Yeah.
Could have been more gruesome, but I felt like going into this, I said, yeah, I'm a Jordan Peele fan. Like, I can't say it's bad because I didn't think it was awful. I just think it was lackluster, you
Yeah.
know? And so I hope that his next one, should he make another one, I heard he's in development of another one. I hope the next one, hits that same spark that Get Out did. I
Yeah.
know Get Out was what, 2016, right?
Yeah. Something.
Like,
Yeah.
it was about 2016. So I hope he gets back into that mindset of I like the message. I love the message movies where they make you think about certain things that relate back to our social society.
Hmm.
I enjoy that message a lot. So I'm just hoping that the storytelling comes with it,
Yeah.
because this suffered in terms of story. This was
Hmm.
a concept story that I felt could have done a lot better, but missed its mark.
Yeah. I
So,
agree.
folks, this Sunday, our friend Javier comes back. He's coming back home from the country, so hopefully we'll see him then. We'll have some new things to review. As of
Yeah.
today, we're ending off with this Nope, and have this little review today because we don't have any other news for you.
Yeah.
But looking forward to seeing you guys again. So please make sure you subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting network or station, and make sure you
Hmm.
hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. Okay. And
Yeah.
so with that, guys, we'll see you next time. Coming from New York, Thrill Fan Review, it's me, B Dog. We got Al, man in the chair.
Have a good night, everybody.
And with that, see you next time on the next one.